A Brexit no-deal would be an economic disaster for German companies, it has been warned. The managing director of the Federation of German Industries (BDI) warned Britain unshackling from the EU without an agreement would be the worst result for all sides. Joachim Lang said Brexit would trigger chaos and warned London would face a hard break in the event of a no-deal. He said, without clear guidelines for the movement of goods, Brexit will become an economic disaster for companies. A British exit from the EU without an agreement would be the worst result for all sides. If London doesn't move on key issues, British companies will also have to face a hard break. Mr. Lang called for a future agreement to go deeper than traditional EU free trade agreements with other countries. He said it was important to keep the already large barriers to trade as simple as possible. Meanwhile, the BDI released a paper on goods trading, which contains 42 demands aimed at the UK and EU. It calls for no new tariffs and a level playing field. It comes German Chancellor Angela Merkel called for the European Union to ramp up its preparations for trade talks with Britain ending without an agreement. The German Chancellor said the post-Brexit negotiations had shown little signs of progress in recent weeks despite the two sides' accelerated efforts. But Mrs. Merkel refused to admit defeat, insisting she would be kept busy until the end of the year trying to deliver a free trade agreement. Speaking previously at the European Parliament in Brussels, Mrs. Merkel said, "One key partner will remain the United Kingdom. We need to shape our future relationship and that will keep us busy over the next 6 months." Progress in the negotiations thus far have been slim, to put it diplomatically. "We've agreed with the UK to accelerate the pace of talks to reach an agreement by the autumn, an agreement that can be ratified by the end of the year. I will continue to push for a good solution, but we should also prepare for a possible no-deal scenario." The EU's chief Brexit negotiator Michel Barnier travelled to London earlier this week for Brexit talks with David Frost.